This is that grimy and low down and slimy as flow. Mind-eating fluid lobotomy dope. Heimlich maneuver for rhymers who choke. Swallow me whole and then vomit these quotes. I'm in the yoke of the quality folk. Profiting those for the poverty broke.
What's going on guys, CasualSavage here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you some vlogging transitions you can use with your camera or your smartphone. So all the transitions you saw at the start and all the transitions you're going to see in this video are filmed using my iPhone 6s Plus, and you can see I also have this attachment here. Now this attachment is a wide angle lens for phones, and I will be getting into a lot more information in this later on. So I purposely have the camera set up here in this angle so you can see me the way I'm going to be vlogging it. So right now I'm on my phone, and the first transition is where the screen rolls down basically. So I'm going to have the camera face me like this, and then all I'm going to be doing is having the phone camera facing me, then facing down like that. But you're going to do it in a faster motion, so like that. So it creates more of a blur when you come back to the editing. So I'm going to have it facing me, and I'm going to have it like that. Now, the next transition, that's part one of this transition. It's not completed yet. To complete the transition, I'm going to have my phone flat, so the camera is now facing up at the ceiling. Then, when I'm ready to start my next scene, maybe I'm in a different location, I'm going to pull it down like that as fast as I can. And that's the first transition done. Now, with that first transition I've just shown you, I'm going to be reversing it and doing it the other way. So, instead of having the camera face me and going down like that, we're actually going to flip it up. So, we're going to have the camera face me like this. Then, when you're ready, you're going to flip the phone up so the camera is facing the top of the ceiling. So, it's facing me, and now it's facing up. And you want to do that as fast as you can. Then, once you're ready to start the next scene, this time, have the phone, the camera, facing down. So, it's going to be facing the floor. When you're ready, flip it up like that, and you're ready to go. The next one I'll be showing you is pretty simple. It's basically when you put your hand over the camera like this, then you pull it off and you're in a different location. So the way you do that, simply vlog as you normally do. Once you're ready to end the scene, just put your hand over like that. Now what you want to try and do is make the camera go black. And then once you're in a new location, you start off your next scene like this. Then when you're ready to go, just take it off and start talking as normal, and that is the transition completed. Now the next one I'll be showing you is like a whoosh transition. So it's facing me, and what I'm going to be doing is tilting it this way. So the camera is facing me here, but it's going to be facing the wall over here. And you're going to do that fast again. So it's facing me, and once I'm ready, I'm just going to go like that. And that is then one part of this transition done. When I'm ready to film again the next scene, I'm going to have the camera facing off this way. So it's not going to be facing me this time. Then when I'm ready, I'm going to flip it back as fast as I can for me to record. So I'm going to face it here. When I'm ready, I'm now back recording, and it's created a smoother transition. Now I can do the exact same thing the other way as well. So we tilted it that way, but now we can tilt it that way in the transition as well. So it's facing me and tilted one way. Then I want it to come back to my face. So this time the camera's going to be facing the wall that way. When I'm ready, it's now back at me like that, and that's the transition completed. The next one I'll be showing you is a spin transition. Now, instead of holding the camera or the phone like this as normal, what I recommend you doing is underhooking the grip like that. Now, if you have a tripod, then what I recommend doing is holding it like this. This way you're ready to tilt it. So your arms like that, and then you're gonna go like that. Now, yeah, that's how you have to do it. So make sure you don't have a cheap tripod. This one is a cheap one. That's why I'm not using it, and my phone would probably fall out. So make sure you have a good tripod that's stable for your camera or your phone, and that's what you need to do. For those that aren't filming with a tripod like me, what we're going to do is underhook the phone like this. Then, once you're ready, the camera's currently here. What we want to do is make the camera end up on that side. So what we're going to do is tilt it like this as fast as we can when the camera gets to there. So when I'm ready, all I'm going to do is that. Now that's one part of the transition done. We then need to flip it back. So the camera is currently here. What we want it though is back on this side. So we're then going to underhook the phone while the camera is this way and while you're upside down in the video. Then when you're ready, all you're going to do is flip it back. and that's created the spin transition just like that. And of course, once you're done, maybe a couple seconds later, you can adjust your grip so you're more comfortable again. Now, there's one more transition I'm going to be showing you, and this is when you face your feet, you jump, and then you end up landing in a different location. It's actually very simple. So, you have the camera facing at your feet. All you're going to do is simply jump, land the jump, go to a different place, jump again, land the jump, you're done. So, what I'm going to do is simply jump like that. I'm then going to go outside to carpet and you'll see the difference. So we're now going to head over to the computer where I'll be showing you one transition, just showing you how to time it and make everything look smooth. So just keeping it short, you can see I have the video right now. So this is when I do the first transition. I'm going to have it facing me and I'm going to have it like that. See, maybe I'm in a different location. I'm going to pull it down like that. So let's make this look really smooth. So what we're going to do, first thing, we're going to come to the part where I pull it down. So we're going to come across in frames. Now for those wondering, I'm using Vegas Pro 14 and I'm going to press this button to come across in the frames. Now you can see this is why I said do it fast, because it creates that nice blur that we need. So before I get all the way down, like here when it's in a nice blur, I'm going to press S on my keyboard to split it. I'm then going to delete all this. So this is how that clip's going to look. I'm going to have it facing me. Like that. Then what I'm going to be doing is this scene right here where I flick it back up. So I'm going to come across to the part where I am flicking it back up, which is right there. Now I'm going to find the blur. So when it's blurred like here, I'm now going to trim this to the start, and that part right here is going to be the start of this video. So if I play this from the beginning now, that's going to be a nice smooth transition. I'm going to have it facing me. I'm going to pull it down like that. So you can see just like that. It looks like, it doesn't look like we just pulled it down, stopped and started recording again. It looks like we pulled it down and then it flipped back into another video in a really nice transition. And that's the exact same way you're going to do it for all the transition I've shown you. You just need to time it at the correct part. Okay, so about the lens I used. Now this is from a company known as Blitzwolf. It's actually a wide angle lens, a macro lens, and then I have another lens which is a fisheye lens. This all comes in one purchase. So what I currently have on is the widescreen lens, and if I take it off, just remember how all this looks now. If I take it off, that's now how it looks. This is the normal lens, so when I put the wide angle back on, you can see that's how it looks. It's much more wider like that. Pretty simple. Now I also mentioned a fisheye lens, so you can see right here 230-degree fisheye lens. Now this is on its own standard lens. So for this one, again, all I'm going to do is hook it on. So remember how this looks right now. All I'm going to do is hook on the fisheye, and that is now how it looks. Now I've just got to position this correctly. And look at that. That is now how the fisheye lens looks. It makes this room look very spacious, even though it is not. You can see it's really nice, it turns out, and it's still in high quality as well. Now earlier I mentioned that the wide angle lens also has a macro lens, which is true. There's two lenses right here. The macro one is very, very thin, and all we have to do is unscrew them. So just like that, here's the wide angle lens, and here is the macro lens. You can see how thin that is right here. So you can see right there, it's a 15 times macro lens, super, super thin. So you also get this attachment, and of course this is where you put all your lenses, and all I'm going to do is screw on the macro lens. And then to put it on your phone, you can see it's a simple clip. So all you need to do, expand that out, put it on your phone, position it correct, clamp it down. Now it's also rubber protected here, it's also rubber protected here, so your phone will not get damaged. So for the macro lens, I've moved you over a little bit because right here we have an earphone. Now on the earphone it says R for right. Now what I'm going to be doing is using the macro lens to take a photo. I'm not going to be testing this with video. The only time I'd recommend you use a macro lens for video is if you're going to get a close-up of an insect or something. So I'm going to show you the difference. First of all, there's no lens on this, and what I'm going to be doing is pressing my phone against the wood here. So then we know we're in the same position. And I'm going to focus onto the earphone right here that R is on. I'm simply now going to take the photo like that. And that has come out awful. But I'm going to keep this all raw. I'm just going to keep it going. I'm now going to put on the macro lens. So let me just position this correct. There we go. So the macro lens is now on. And what I'm going to be doing is going back to that same position, and I'm going to take a picture of the exact same thing. There we go. So I've taken that picture, and you will see just like that, there is a massive, massive difference with the macro lens and the standard iPhone lens. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you've liked it, and hopefully this has been useful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, and
this is that grimy and low down and slimy as flow. Mind-eating fluid lobotomy dope. Heimlich maneuver for rhymers who choke. Swallow me whole and then vomit these quotes. I'm in the yoke of the quality folk. Profiting those for the poverty broke. Raw from the rich, give to the poor. Start a revolt if it's properly rolled.